I laughed the whole way home. Why did they let him? Yeah. No, I was ready to check in. We're clapping.
All right, first up is Pledge of Allegiance. Vern, you can start it.
Oh, no.
Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dixon? Here. Commissioner Weeding?
Here.
Commissioner Walsh?
Here.
Commissioner Michael?
Here.
Mayor Lyons?
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, next on the agenda is going to be public comment, but we're going to move up. We have a celebrity in the house today who is retiring from the police department. So he's kind of a big deal. When I became chief in 2019, there's some talks that he was like, man, I might retire. I've been doing this for a long time. And I said to Vern, I'm like, no, you're not. So you're not allowed to retire yet. I said, we're not even going to have these discussions. So a few years later, he decided to retire. And we're going to let the chief, and then I think Sergeant Alteri's got something to say about you, but we appreciate your years of service. I've coached football. I've talked to a lot of kids that you have touched their lives, and you've made an impact on our children's lives. And we appreciate you for that. You have done a fantastic job. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. That was something I did, sir. It's it.
No. Hey, we'll be brief.
Okay, I'll agree.
Hey, listen, when I came here, actually 1 year ago today, I heard about this officer, Vern Reed, and everybody talked about Vern. First person told me about it was Sergeant Altieri, and kind of gave me a rundown of Braidwood Police Department. And they talked so highly about him, I said, there's no way a human being could be like what they're saying he is. And I met Vern, and I watched Vern a little bit, and I got it. He's different. We're blessed to have Vern. He came to us in 2012 after retiring from the Will County Sheriff's Department. I learned recently from Vern that he actually brought him in originally as a part-time investigator to help with caseload. And then a couple of years later, he took the assignment of school resource officer, and been with Recuster Schools now for 12 years. Right? Yeah, right.
That's correct.
Been a blessing to have around. I got a plaque I want to read and present to Vern, and then I've got Sergeant Altieri here, who's worked his entire career with Vern, to explain a little bit more about what Vern is all about, to help you really understand, help you really understand why we think he's so special and the impact he's had on our police department, our community, and all the students at Recuster. So I'm going to read you this plaque here. Sorry, I just need to pull it out today to look at it. It's got it. Congratulations on your retirement, Officer Vern Reed. You have served the city of Braidwood and the Recuster School District with honor, dedication, and selflessness. Now, as the day dawns on the next chapter in your life, may God's blessings be upon you. Thank you for your 14 years of service, and to watch August 25th, 2026.
Mike Smith, thank you. I quoted you in this quite frequently. So for the past 12 years, Vern served as a school resource officer at Recuster High School. During that time, thousands of students walked the hallways, and Vern was there to meet them, support them, and look out for them. Over 12 years, Vern became far more than just a police officer assigned to their school. He became a trusted presence, a familiar face, and an important part of the Recuster community. And for many of those students, Vern wasn't simply the police officer assigned to their school. He was their officer. He was someone they trusted, someone they went to for advice, someone they joked with in the hallways, and someone he ate with in the cafeteria. He attended their athletic events, cheered them on, chaperoned their dances. We do have the videos of you dancing. And became part of everyday life at Recuster High School. But I think Vern's greatest impact can be found in things that were never saw. Vern had an incredible ability to recognize when a kid needed something. If he noticed a student wearing worn out shoes or clothes and knew their family might be struggling, Vern would quietly find a way to get them new ones. He didn't make an announcement about it, he didn't look for recognition, and most importantly, he did it in a way that allowed the student to keep their dignity. In his SRO office, Vern kept a stack of $1 bills in the safe. Kids knew that if they needed change for the vending machines, they could go see Vern. In fact, he became known as the bank. It sounds like such a small thing, but those dollar bills represented something much bigger. They gave students a reason to walk into his office, a reason to have a conversation, and sometimes that conversation about getting change for a $5 bill became an opportunity for a kid to talk to an adult they trusted about something that actually mattered. That is what made Vern such an exceptional school resource officer. One of the letters written when Vern was nominated for SRO of the Year in 2024 described how students from every background sought him out for his advice. Another described how students who didn't necessarily have positive role models at home found one in Vern. And perhaps the best description came from Assistant Principal Mike Smith, who wrote, "Students saw Vern less as a police officer and more as an advocate, a guide, a role model, and occasionally a father figure." There may not be a better description of what a school officer should aspire to be, because Vern understood something important about this profession. You can hold people accountable while still caring about them. He could investigate a situation, get a student to tell the truth, and accept responsibility, and at the same time, make sure the student understands that making a bad decision did not make them a bad person. He could be the person joking with kids in the hallway one minute, and when an emergency occurred, immediately become the police officer that everybody needed. And with that, it brings me to something that I think defines Vern's career. Anyone familiar with Recuster football knows the phrase, the standard. The idea is simple. There's a standard for how you prepare. There's a standard for how you compete. There's a standard for how you represent the people around you. For 12 years inside Recuster High School, Vern was the standard. He set the standard for what a school resource officer should be. He set the standard for how a police officer can become part of the school community without ever forgetting the responsibility that comes with wearing the badge. He set the standard for treating people with compassion and dignity, and most importantly, he showed generations of young people the standard for what a good person looks like. That impact is difficult to measure. Police departments can count arrests, reports, calls for service, and years of service, but there is no statistic for the student who made a better decision because Vern took 5 minutes to talk to them. There is no statistic for the kid who walked a little taller because somebody quietly bought them a new pair of shoes. There is no statistic, 3 pages in, for the record. There is no statistic for how many young people left Recuster with a different perception of police officers because they knew Vern Reed. So Vern, on behalf of the Braidwood Police Department, thank you for your 14 years of service. Thank you for the 12 years at Recuster High School, its staff, its families, and most importantly, its students. And thank you for your service to the citizens of Braidwood. You've earned your retirement, and I hope you understand the impact you've had in the community. But I want to finish tonight not as your sergeant speaking about another officer, but as simply someone who had the privilege of knowing you. Police departments lose officers to retirement every year. Eventually, all of us take off this uniform for the last time, but some people are much harder to replace than others. Tonight, the Braidwood Police Department, Recuster School District, and City of Braidwood are losing one of their most valuable assets. And I'm losing someone I've been fortunate enough to serve alongside, and even more fortunate to call my friend. Congrats on your retirement. Thank you for everything. Thank you for always setting the standard.
Speech.
I did actually have something that I wanted to say. Of course, my mind, I think things going on is kind of like blank. What I do want to say is being with the Braidwood Police Department, working with the community, working with the schools has been amazing. I mean, everyone has just been awesome to me. The mayor was my chief, the mayor and the chief, and it's just been all the officers that I've worked with, my family, the support I've had as well. I mean, Mike Smith, 12-year, co-worker there, just kind of worked together. It's just been, like I said, I had some things I wanted to say, and it's hard without me really wanting to tear up, but I tell you, I'm just happy that you guys accepted me, you trusted me, you allowed me to, you know, work in the school with the kids and the community, and I'm just kind of speechless. I mean, I really hate I gotta leave, but I think now it's time to kind of start a new journey and kind of do some other things in life, so. I mean,
Vern, that was perfect, that was perfect.
I'm not a talker, but I do honestly want to thank everyone, and I know I'm going to miss everyone. And this is not a goodbye, it's more like a see you later, and I will be back. Because I think goodbyes are too permanent for me. So I prefer the word, I'll see you later, and we'll talk soon. So thank everybody again. All of this, because since I've been here, Mike, come up here, you gotta come over here too. I know you guys gotta get your meeting going. But these guys, and I ain't gonna forget Phil Sergeant Tyree. Come on up here, come on up here, come on up here, come on up here. I tell you that in all the years I've been here, I mean, the support, the relationship, the work relationship, the understanding, all that, you know, these are guys again that helped me a lot. I can always pick the phone up and call anybody, get any answers, and we work well together. And I think that's important to have that relationship with law enforcement, with the school, and all that in the community. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done to make my job easier. And I just, you know, it's been great. So thank you guys. I'm speechless for work, but I really want to say thank you so much. I mean, I'm still going to call you. So that ain't gonna stop. And everyone else has said thank you. The mayor, commissioner, everybody, thank you so much.
By the way, family, he talked about you guys all the time. He's very proud of his family.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, of course I'm there.
Mayor, you requested.
Yeah. And you can see they both took the recustomer.
Now it's blocking. One. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and go through.
And I just got one more request. I need my officers. I got it. It's just a regular, yeah.
Hey, that's your neighbor.
I gotta get. I know they got different meetings, you guys want to. This is the last.
We got time for you, Vern.
What's the, Nikki, cook this, cook with you. What's Nikki?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sure. Oh, sorry. Can you get us all in there? We gotta squeeze in. I need this picture. A semicircle. Yeah. You gotta coordinate.
Call him back, call him back.
Okay.
Got your back.
Dave, you're in front.
You're supposed to be in the picture there. You want to sit down and you're supposed to be in the picture there. Yeah.
I gotta get back in here. Hold on.
There's a mayor coming right in, okay.
1, 2, 3. Stay there. 1, 2, and 3. Big smile.
Okay. And thank everybody. I'm not gonna take no more. And I just want to say thank you to my family too, because they've been really supportive and everything, so.
Yep, have a good evening.
You. Bye.
Bar, the pizza side.
The pizza side.
Follow my. I'll see you down there. Thanks for coming. Thanks for supporting. Special class.
Right, that was really, really nice. Okay, the next thing we're gonna go to on the agenda is gonna be public comment. Who may have any public comment today, just want to say your name. Anybody today for public comment? Okay. Next on the agenda is approval of minutes.
I'll make the motion for that.
Oh, yeah, motion to approve minutes, I'm sorry. I'll second.
Commissioner Michael?
Yeah.
Commissioner Walsh?
Yes.
Commissioner Dixon?
Yes.
Commissioner Weeding?
I'm staying.
Mayor Lyons?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, reports by city officials. First thing on the agenda, we have recognizing Officer Reed, we take care of that. We have a couple things to report on. First, I have on my notes is just our events committee is up and going. I'm gonna let Liz report on that. I think Liz, I see all the emails, you're doing a great job. I appreciate it. We formed a committee, we got some events coming up. I'm gonna let Liz talk more about that in her report. The one thing I wanna talk about is our new city website. I'd like to thank Sarah and our staff for our new city website. I did not realize how effective and efficient it is. I just got some kind of sample things, so take the time to look through it. I have some notes. It provides easy access for city information with our muni codes, our forum services, supports our goal of maintaining open and being transparent, making information readily available to our residents, highlights many amenities that we have in our town, includes our Route 66 page. I think Sarah, you said you did the Route 66 page. The local businesses, it's got our school district, fire district, and parks. Our new city logo and our mission statement is on our website. So the website does feature our city logo, highlights our mission statement. Economic development highlights our economic development program and our development packet. This packet provides developers with important information about the development process and available incentives. And why Braidwood is a great place to start or expand a business in our community. It also highlights our special events, what's happening in the city, work on our beautification, and our special events commissioners. Also supports our goals, presenting Braidwood as a professional, modern, welcoming, and forward-thinking community. Overall, the new website is designed to be a valuable resource for our residents, businesses, visitors, and anyone interested in making Braidwood their home and a place of business. Sarah, thank you. I know you put a lot of time into it. Steve, staff, a lot of input, done a great job. I don't know if you guys had a chance yet, council, to take a look at the website. It's really nice. They did a good job with it. Okay, the thing I want to talk about, this is going to be long. I'm just going to summarize it. I gave a copy to the press. I don't know if Sarah did or not, but it's the state of the city address. I just want to read something that was prepared. Again, I'm going to kind of go through it as fast as possible, but this is something I want to do. You know, we finished up about a month and a half ago. I've been fortunate to serve the public as a police officer, chief of police, school board member, and now the mayor of Braidwood. Serving your mayor is it's been extremely rewarding, and it's been challenging at times. Every resident has different wants, needs, and expectations. It is not always easy to balance our financial resources while meeting those priorities. Our responsibility is to make thoughtful decisions that benefit the entire community, both today and for the future generations. Together with the help and support of our entire city council, we have embraced the vision to move Braidwood forward and to invest in our children, strengthening professionalism and customer service while enhancing our public safety, reinvesting in infrastructure, and improving overall quality of life for our residents. I'm proud to state that this administration has remained committed to those goals that we set for the very beginning. Over the last 60 months, I think we've accomplished an incredible amount in a short period of time. These achievements would not have been possible without the dedication from our outstanding staff, our consultants, the city council, and most importantly, the support and involvement from our residents. To each of you, thank you for believing in our vision and helping us make meaningful progress. While we are proud of what we've accomplished, we recognize that our work is far from finished. We will still have many goals to achieve and many opportunities ahead. However, I'm confident that there is a right path, and we are building a stronger, safer, and more prosperous future for Braidwood. Some of our accomplishments. So I'm going to talk about Braidwood building a stronger future. Over the past year, the city of Braidwood has made a tremendous progress in improving public safety, investing in our infrastructure, enhancing our parks and public space, strengthening city operations, positioning our community for responsible economic development. While there is still such more work ahead, we have built stronger foundations that will benefit our residents for generations to come. First, I'd like to talk about our public safety, and again, I'm going to summarize this up. Protect our residents and remain our highest priority. We hired 2 additional police officers, bringing Braidwood Police Department to a total of 15 sworn officers, and strengthening our community for public safety. We have purchased 2 new squad cars to ensure our officers have reliable equipment to effectively serve our community. We've hosted several dozens of community-oriented policing events. We've removed over 100 abandoned vehicles, boats, and campers from throughout the city, and only 2 have required tow due to non-compliance. We've identified 12 abandoned homes that are beyond repair through the state's abandonment property process. The city's already acquired 1 property and actively working to obtain 2 more. A strong thank you goes to Eric Allen for his professionalism, his knowledge, and his passion. He is credited for transforming our PD into a first-class public safety organization. I'd like to thank Commissioner Michael for his loyalty, genuine care for Braidwood, and his support of our police department. I've been around law enforcement for 35 years. I've worked for several different chiefs, and I was a chief. I know what a good chief of police looks like. Eric Allen, you're doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
He's way better than I was. I can tell you that right now. He's doing a great job. So, keep it classy. Okay, parks, recreation, quality of life. We continue to invest in our amenities and improve the quality of life for the Braidwood families. We've secured a $600,000 grant to construct our first Braidwood Town Center. This is an exciting project that will serve as a gathering place for community events, festivals, and downtown activities while helping revitalize our business district. Groundbreaking is anticipated in late September and early October. I have in the notes, but I'm going to talk about it. We're in the embryo stages. We are working toward a dog park. That's in the notes. We are moving forward with our first dog park. We're partnering up with the Braidwood Park District to develop a comprehensive park master plan that will guide the future for improvements of recreation investments. We've dedicated the city grocery tax revenue for our park district through intergovernment agreement, providing a sustainable funding source for our future parks and improvements. We've initiated development of a bike and pedestrian trail master plan that will connect neighborhoods, parks, schools, businesses, and community destinations. This is in there, it wasn't highlighted, I'm gonna talk about it anyway. Public Works, they rehabbed the zoo animals because they did a great job. Scott Howard did a fantastic job with that, so I do want to recognize our Public Works and Scott Howard. I would like to thank Josh Pilato for his expertise and support for making our parks and recreation a priority in the city. Josh, thank you. You do a great job with what you get with the parks. And everybody notices it, doesn't go unnoticed, you're doing a great job. Next thing is our downtown revitalization economic development. It's creating an attractive downtown and encouraging responsible economic growth to remain the key priorities. And again, everyone knows what our downtown looks like. It is a challenge, but we're trying to do what we can to come up with some ideas to make it look better, to maybe try to attract some businesses. It is challenging at times. We've installed decorative lighting throughout the downtown to improve its appearance. If you go through at night, it does look nice. I know it's only lights, but it does look nice. We will soon install decorative street signs, decorative posts throughout the downtown area. We are currently awaiting IDOT's permit approval that is moving along. Saw the new Route 66 selfie wall through the coalition grant and created another destination attraction for our Route 66. We are created an economic development program that will incentivize business to invest in Braidwood also. We have a brochure, I think we gave it to you, it'll be on our website, an economic brochure. We created a special events committee to organize community events that encourages tourism and strengthens community pride. Again, Liz will discuss that, she's doing a great job, I see all the emails, again, I can't say thank you enough, Liz. Infrastructure improvements. We are improving and modernizing our infrastructure that has been one of the city's highest priorities. We purchased 2 emergency generators for the city's water and water waste treatment plants. We've installed new roofs on 3 public buildings and replaced the salt dome. Additional roofing projects for 3 more public works buildings in the salt dome and 2 well houses will be completed this year. We purchased a new VACCOM truck for public works. We resurfaced 3 city streets, that was last year. We're resurfacing 5 additional streets this year. We've completed a sidewalk conditional study on the west side of the division. The city has committed $50,000 for repairs this year. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's just all we could budget for. The east side, they were scheduled for an evaluation, so we are trying to improve, and we will have a plan. So when there's ever new city councils come in, there'll be plans in progress in writing for our streets and our sidewalks, and for the future of Braidwood. We budgeted more than $200,000 for much needed water waste treatment plant improvements that will eliminate long-standing bottlenecks within the system. I'll skip a couple things. They're highlighted. We've hired Robinson Engineering to design and bid a major $800,000 water main replacement project that will restore water flow to 3 to 5 hydrants that have been out of service for several years. This construction is expected to begin. I mean, it's not a plan, it's gonna take place. We are doing $800,000. It should have been done. I'd like to thank the Commissioners Walsh and Whiting for their input and the help. This is something that was, when we took office, that was on their priority list. This is getting done. So thank you guys. Fiscal responsibility and government efficiency. We've collected more than $25,000 into delinquent water bills. Thank you to the Commissioners for that. And establishing payment plans for residents experiencing financial hardship. We've adopted a comprehensive purchasing policy requiring multiple approvals and competitive biddings for projects exceeding $25,000 to ensure responsible stewardship for tax dollars money. We've lowered the city tax rate from 4.9 to 4.5, reducing the property tax burden on our residents. I would like to thank Commissioner Liz Dixon for her commitment and passion towards reorganizing the financial department, creating efficiencies and accountability. Again, thank you, Liz, for that. Planning and development. The city has strengthened its development review process to protect residents and to assure quality growth. We reorganized the building department to improve inspections and streamline permit reviews. Building permits are now required approval from all applicable departments, the city engineer and the city planner before issuance. We've selected a new website provider to create a modern, user-friendly city website where residents, contractors, builders, and developers can easily access information, permits, and applications. Okay, looking ahead, it is a relatively short period of time we've made significant progress toward improving Braidwood. We've invested in our public safety, we've invested in our infrastructure, we've invested in our parks. Financial responsibility, economic development, while laying the groundwork for future growth. Although we are proud of these accomplishments, our work is far from finished. Every project we undertake is focused on making Braidwood a safer, stronger, and more attractive community where families can thrive, businesses can succeed, and future generations can be proud to call home. Our future goals: we are going to continue to invest in our water main replacement and water meter replacements. We are going to repair every street we can until it's completed. We will continue our sidewalk repair program. We will continue investing in our families by constructing pickleball courts, installing new playground equipment, and hopefully an outdoor workout area. I had a grant for it, but we would have had to contribute some money we didn't have in the budget. But Blue Cross Blue Shield has an outdoor gym where it would have been perfect for seniors. We just didn't have the money this year, but there are grants out there to have like an outdoor gym so we can have activities for our seniors or for anybody who wants to use it. We're going to continue to repair sewer mains to reduce groundwater and stormwater infrastructure into the waste treatment system. Continue working to reduce the tax burden on our residents whenever financially responsible. We are going to establish a downtown business improvement grant program to encourage renovations and attract new businesses. Again, we're not making this up. Other communities have done this. They come up with money, and we do a matching grant, and maybe everybody can improve the facades to help improve our downtown. Continue our smart growth philosophy by supporting only quality developments that strengthen our community, protect our neighbors, and provide lasting benefits for Braidwood. And I will tell you this, we've had some businesses come to Braidwood that want to build and bring a business to Braidwood. But we've had some staff meetings, we felt like it doesn't benefit Braidwood. We want to bring in the right businesses, not just businesses, but the right businesses. Braidwood's future is bright by continuing to invest wisely, plan responsible, and work together. We will build a community that is safe, financially sound, economically vibrant, and exceptional place to live, work, and raise our family. This is a true team effort. This has been done by, again, I'd like to thank our council and our consultants and our staff. We've made a lot of improvements, and sometimes you can't see the things that we're doing behind closed doors. But we are moving forward, and we want to have things in place. That way, if there's a new city council, because there are going to be 5 new members, we're all up for election, there is a plan in place to move Braidwood forward. So thank you to all that took place in this, and we are moving forward. So thank you. That is that. And while I'm here, I will handle the admin report. Each one of you council members in your packet should have Steve's administrative report, the things he's working on, and what is new. I'm just going to highlight a couple of the new ones. One, I talked about the economic development brochure. We put a lot of time and effort into that. It's completed and it's on display on our website. Food pantry, new stairs. I don't know if you want to talk about that, or if that's on his report. The contractor was notified the city has begun this project the Tuesday after Labor Day. Scott is going to manage the project, so I don't know if there's anything more you want to add to that, but that's like, we're moving forward on that.
No, everything's kind of fallen into place finally.
Okay, good, thank you. Payroll clerk posting, so we're looking for, it's on our website, we put it on our social media page. There's a new position was discussed with the council in June, we're accepting applications for our payroll clerk. We have a 70-acre development in town. It is not annexed in our city yet. It is going to be a mixed use development of 78 acres. Before I was a mayor, I had no idea what a mixed use development was. I do now, and it's just made up of different things. It's going to be multifamily homes. It's going to be commercial and single family homes. So we're trying to work out the kinks with the developer. We've had several meetings. We just met with them the other day. We had Sean there. We had our planner. So that is moving forward. Water meter read verification policy, we're working on that. The process of creating a meter read verification policy. Webpage is up, town center, again, that's gonna be breaking ground here pretty soon. It'll be going out for bids. Pit meter program new truck signs are up. And that's pretty much it. So if you guys have any questions, it's in his report, just email or ask Steve. So that's Steve's report. Then I think we have them. So next on my report, city administrative consultant. Next on the agenda is going to be the engineer.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a request for a motion for change order number 1 for the wastewater treatment plant and water treatment plant, the generator placements. When we were out there, you know, we're obviously in the process of constructing. The pads have been installed for both the wastewater and the water generator itself. When the electrician was out there looking at it, taking a look at the existing electrical feeds and everything else, these generators have a heater on them and they have a battery charger and everything else as part of the current technology. They need 100 amp service dedicated to that to at least get them running and kicked over. Some of the existing infrastructure is not up to snuff, basically. So what we have is essentially a lighting panel and a small transformer right now. Those need to be replaced and swapped out with a larger transformer and a larger panel. Rob worked with the electrician, kind of went back and forth on where we could locate some of these. We got a change order now for that work. It's $19,683.40, And that's for both, that's complete work for both, the water plant and the wastewater plant. The water plant's a little higher simply because there's limited space there. They have to do a little more conduit work to hang it on the wall. There's some open cabinets available in the wastewater plant, so that's a little bit cheaper. But again, it's $19,683.40 complete.
I'll make that motion, and with the understanding that as we go through these infrastructure builds, repairs, upgrades, unfortunately, we expect increased costs as we get through them. You can bid out a job all you want, but when you actually get into it and find out the nitty-gritty, you'll find it excess cost. But I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Commissioner Weeding?
Yes.
Commissioner Walsh?
Yes.
Commissioner Dixon?
Yes.
Commissioner Michael?
Yes.
Mayor Lyons?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And then I have a request, a motion to approve payment number 1 to deconstruction for the fiscal year 27 MFT program in the amount of $338,576.07. Again, this is the MFT project. The work has been completed. They're in the process of doing some of the landscaping. I know the dirt's been installed and shaped over there at Stacy Court. They still have to install the sod, and they've got some other areas where they have to do some seed blanket to be done as well on that one. But the project is pretty much complete at this point in time, minus some of the landscaping that needs to be done. And this is the first partial payout for this one.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Commissioner Michael?
Yes.
Commissioner Dixon?
Yes.
Commissioner Weeding?
I'll stay.
Commissioner Walsh?
Yes.
Mayor Lyons?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And then the last item I have is a request for a motion to approve the final plat for 693 Main Street, the Blessed property. Again, this property, the homeowner owns 2 lots essentially. There's a tax pin that's been consolidated over the years, so they're paying 1 tax. But the problem is they want to build a house basically in the middle of the property. And in order to make this 1 lot otherwise you're building across lot lines, which technically violates the ordinance, you get variances. They had to go ahead and prepare a plat of re-subdivision, basically to consolidate the lots officially into 1 lot. And that's what this is at this point in time.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Commissioner Michael?
Yes.
Commissioner Weeding?
Yes.
Commissioner Dixon?
Yes.
Commissioner Walsh?
Yes.
Mayor Lyons?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And then just a couple of updates on some of the projects we were talking about. The Eureka water main design is looking to go out to bid next month. The anticipation is we'll start construction once we get the IEPA permit, which is anticipated sometime in October. The work would be done yet this year, probably through mid-December, at which point we'll hold off, they'll get restored what they can, and then we'll come and touch up in the spring. But again, this will get that 1,500 foot of water main replaced on Eureka from English to Walnut Street. The I&I project, we've gotten the meters, we've got all the flow data at this point, the meters have been pulled out. We're actually analyzing the data. We'll be meeting with Rob shortly to talk about, what we're seeing on that one, and then we'll issue a report on that and next steps of what we're gonna do to start looking at sub-basins and pulling some of that storm water out, infiltration water out of the treatment plant, essentially. The home at 585 Main Street, that's a city-owned property. We prepared bid specifications for essentially proposals. That will hit the paper tomorrow. We're looking to actually, hopefully get favorable bids from a couple of contractors. We'll open bids on the 8th before the board meeting. Hopefully they're acceptable and then we can look to award that night. And again, we have some asbestos we have to mitigate in that one. Small amount, but it's again, taking care of that and knocking the building down. Public Works will then finish the site up and clean everything up on that one. And then again, the generator project is moving along well. We were anticipating this project to be done by early November, based on the timeline that we were given by the contractor, 15 weeks after the generators were received. Looks like that's ahead of schedule. We're expecting that probably to wrap up next month, if everything goes well. One of the things we have to wait on is we have to make sure the pads are fully cured out. That's 28 days after that, before we start putting some of those heavy loads on it. And then they actually have to finish up some of the wiring. So we're anticipating next month or early October on that one. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. The next one report is city attorney.
I have one matter that's an emergency response reimbursement agreement with Durazio Ford. This is essentially the same agreement that we previously approved regarding Mastodon gas station. This is regarding the high-rise signs that they're installing for their advertisement, and in the event that someone needs to be rescued from it, like the gentleman did at the Petro in Wilmington, then Durazio Ford would be required to reimburse the city and the fire department for the rescue efforts. So I'd be requesting a motion to approve ordinance 2026-53, authorizing the city of Braidwood to enter into and for the mayor of Braidwood to execute an emergency response reimbursement agreement with the Braidwood Fire Protection District and Durazio Ford, doing business as Durazio Ford.
I request a motion for ordinance 2026-53.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Reading,
Yes.
Commissioner Walsh,
Yes.
Commissioner Dixon,
Yes.
Commissioner Michael.
Yes.
Mayor Lyons,
Yes.
motion carries.
And then we did just appear in court on Monday, the chief and I, and one other officer on 360 North Mitchell. That's one of the houses that we've been pursuing property maintenance issues with. We were granted an injunction and an administrative search warrant for the house. This was a really big first step of starting to take care of a problematic property. So we're hoping to have some progress quickly hereafter, but if not, we've already gotten the ball rolling in court, and the judge was very favorable to our arguments. That's all that I have to report, Mayor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, next up on the agenda is going to be reports by city commissioners, council and finance.
I'd like to make a motion to approve payment of bills in the amount of $280,335.63.
I'll second.
Commissioner Dixon? Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
Whoops.
Did you want to?
Yeah, I do. Okay.
Sorry, yep.
Wrong paper. So included in that is AEP Energy for $4,500, Amazon for $3,100, miscellaneous supplies, Blue Cross Blue Shield $24,200 for insurance, Braidwood Fuel $3,500, Civic Plus $16,000 annual website fees, ComEd $11,500, Dinergy Energy, 16.5, Excel Electric, 37.3. This is payment number 1 for the water department generators. Federated Bank at 13.1, that's the car dealership property loan payment number 50. Heritage FS, 2,500 for diesel fuel. The accountant, 11.6. The attorney, 10.5. Midwest Salt, 9,900, that's for coarse salt, and MOE 22.1, that's the local 150 insurance, postmaster 6,000 in postage, PT Faro 5,900 for the final payment, RV Water Well Solutions 40,000, well number 3 VFD replacement, and Westcom 13.2 for dispatch.
Commissioner Dixon.
Yes.
Commissioner Michael.
Yes.
Commissioner Reading,
Yes.
Commissioner Walsh,
Yes.
Mayor Lyons,
Yes.
motion carries.
I'd like to make a motion to approve payroll in the amount of $102,310.71.
I'll second.
Commissioner Dixon,
Yes.
Commissioner Reading,
Yes.
Commissioner Walsh,
Yes.
Commissioner Michael,
Yes.
Mayor Lyons,
Yes.
motion carries.
Okay, so, we got our July financial report, we just got it, they were cleaning up June's to get ready for the audit. And across all government funds, the city recognized $2.69 million in revenue, and total expenditures across all governmental funds were $1.85 million, and the overall the city experienced a net increase in fund balance by $833,000. A full report can be found on the city's website. Illinois funds, we have a total of $10,551,935.33. General fund unrestricted is at 6.5. Enterprise fund, which is a restricted fund, can only be used for water, for the enterprise fund is 2.1, and the MFT, which is restricted, is at 1.9. The actuary report has begun. Menard Consulting expects it to be done in 2 weeks, so that's not, I saw Sarah today, had to give them some more information. Full year audit, the accountant and city staff have begun collecting the information requested by Whitfully. The audit process will officially begin on September 6th with an estimated completion date in December. As the mayor's mentioned, the events committee, we're finalizing plans for the Autumn Harvest Festival on September 19th at the city park from 1 to 5. We're planning to have music, vendors, bounce houses, pie baking contests, food trucks, pumpkin decorating, a scarecrow contest, and more. We're looking for vendors, and I think we might have found a face painter, but just in case. If you know of a vendor who may be interested, please share this opportunity with them. Volunteers are also welcome. Seniors needing community service hours. Local businesses, community groups, and community members who are interested are encouraged to get involved. You can use the email that has been set up for the events, and it's at events@braidwood.gov. We have put up the posting for the accounts payable, receivable, payroll clerk. We've gotten, what, you said 5? I haven't counted them.
Yeah, I think there was like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't.
That sound about right? Yeah, 5 or 6.
I think we're at 6 now.
Okay, it's on the Union Bulletin Board at City Hall and the city website and the city Facebook page. So interested applicants have until September
I think 4.
4th to apply, and you can apply online, which we are getting all but one. We've gotten from the new online application on the new city website, so that's a plus. Or you can pick up a paper application at City Hall. You can also find it under forms, right? And you can print out your own. So there's several ways to get an application. We would like a resume with it, please. And that's all I have.
Well, thank you. Okay, next up on the agenda is going to be streets and public improvements.
Yes, Mayor, just, construction companies finishing up, there were some sidewalks that needed some touch-up work with dirt around them, I've noticed around town that's being done. Also, I've been reading a concern about flock cameras. I was talking to the chief of police about this. There is a meeting September 2nd at the Wilmington City Hall at 6 p.m., informational meeting about flock cameras. I've been reading it online, people having questions, maybe incorrect information that they may have. And this, if they want information, this meeting in Wilmington, a week from tomorrow, would be a good place to go, to ask questions and you know. And I just thought they were all called flock, but that is
It's just an
company.
it's a company for license plate reader. So there's several different companies out there.
There's another company that, for the state police also, I understand.
Yeah, Vigilant is WatchGuard's
But-
product for the state,
Yeah.
the state police contracted with.
And, you know, people were talking about Big Brother looking at you and everything, but,
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Bad information.
paranoia out there, it seems like, so.
To my understanding, just kind of read a little bit on social media, I don't know if people think that Flock uses that information and sells it. So I think people want some clarity on that and what access officers have. You know, do they have to generate a case number, incident number? Does it have to be police related? Because I know it's new technology. When I was a chief, that's when Flock camera came in. So the policy didn't catch up with the technology yet. So that's something they're unanswered questions.
Correct,
You know,
yes.
so-
There have been officers who have misused this system. There have been officers that have done improper things for years, for centuries. The system's not bad. Flock does not store data, they can't store the data, we store the data, it's our data to be stored. It's very limited, the retention rate is very limited. The software does nothing more than an officer can do in the cockpit of a squad car by typing in a license plate, that's all it does. And we've found great success here in Braidwood, like an example I gave him a few months ago, where we were able to locate a kidnapped 14-year-old from Arkansas. And where many agencies between there and here weren't able to identify the correct car, but for the flock and vigilance system, our officers were able to identify the right car just miles before she was likely trafficked into the Chicagoland criminal organizations. So thankfully they saved that life and sent her back to her parents. So it's a great system. I'm glad you brought it up. I think they're gonna put out the truth in Wilmington next week.
Not to overspeak about license plate readers, not just Flock, but, you know, a lot of Chicago squad cars or other agencies have them in their squad cars. And they collect that data, and I know when I was the chief, we had a case, and our investigator was able to solve it because it was always at the same place at the same time. Well, it was a Chicago police officer in his routine, either coming or going home from work, was picking up this car, so they were able to locate the car in Midway Airport area. So a lot of squads even have LPRs, license plate readers, from other companies outside of Flock that collect that data. And again, it's something that's new, but it's a great tool for law enforcement. But it's like anything else, if you feel like your rights are being violated, there's some misinformation out there. You know, and there's the policies have to keep up with the technology. You know, because now it's, you know, with leads, how strict it is with leads.
Yeah, we have
Back in the day, you know, now you have to count, there's a footprint, and now I know what there is with Flock. If an officer runs a plate, it shows, you'll get a report every plate and the officer that ran that. You know, so there are, it is being tracked by your agency. There just has to be policies in place.
And we have them in place. We have policies in place to hold officers accountable should they misuse the software.
So maybe we'll even do something in town if you think it's beneficial,
We absolutely could.
you know. For a license plate reader, not Flock, but for license plate readers.
Yes.
I'm sorry, did you have anything else?
I did, and this might be more of old business, but the whole data center discussion, there's a company out there, QTS, and they're at Q.com. But I was looking up, there's, just in the past few years since we've talked about data centers, technology has changed. And things are different with the amount of water they need, the electricity and everything. So if anybody has, I don't know, I don't want to say it anyway, the paranoia about data center, it just has a bad reputation, it seems like, around the whole country.
Yeah.
But I looked it up and it's pretty interesting, Q.com, and they also deal with electricity rates and all that, you know, that some of the residents were concerned about.
So, you know, again, the data centers have been around for a long time. And now data centers with social media, with misinformation, that you can spread misinformation on social media. So when I met with the different mayor from different areas that have the data centers, you know, it sounds like that they use less water than a car wash because they have a self-lube system that they're reusing the water. You know, and obviously you lose some water through evacuation for the heat evaporation, sorry. But again, there's some misinformation out there. No, we're not getting a data center, you know, but there is some misinformation out there, and thanks for sharing that. You know, meeting with other mayors, you know, they said the same thing, the two mayors I met with. Not using a lot of water, they're not using a lot of electricity. You know, they have things in place now. And as time goes on, more chips are gonna be invented, and they're gonna use less water and less electricity.
Yes, and that's all I had, that's all I wanted to bring up.
All right, thank you. Okay, Warren, Public Buildings and Property.
Thank you, Mayor. Rob and the guys been real well at keeping me informed what's going on. We talked about generator pads getting ready. That's it's about 120 feet of ground that was excavated via hydrovac for the installation of new electrical conduits. The new vac has worked flawlessly saving significant time when digging around existing electrical lines that needed to remain powered. Additionally, some switch networks have been completed. Weather and emergency response was during the week of 11th through 17th. Received 5 inches of rain. The plant's crew successfully ran portable pumps at 2 lift stations for 4 days to prevent any overflow. We did have some power and equipment issues. One well was without power for 4 days, but fortunately there was no damage to anything on the site. There was a VFD for sludge drive pump replaced due to the power surge from a previous storm. And we got some equipment orders, new SCADA upgrade, piping, meters, electrical components have all been ordered for the Lighthouse Cove lift station and well 5. So that's from Rob. George is good enough to give me some information what they do. 82 locates, the monthly meter reads, 4 meter repairs, and they help with the streets and storm damage. And, you know, we talked about all the money coming in. We had 2.69 million in revenue. I want to take the time to thank the 2 past administrations that made a very good, solid decision to keep a steady income coming. And I think from the past 2 administrations, we're seeing a great deal of this revenue that has come in, that Mayor Hart, Mayor Jones, and that those administrations did. So I want to take time to thank those administrations for putting Braidwood in such a positive place financially. So my only concern with that is, going forward, where's the income to keep that money coming?
That's
So it's-
property tax money.
So as we go forward, I would like to see, you know, some other companies come in for development, actually like you spoke about, and the downtown area being more attractive, so hopefully we can get some stuff going in there. So that's all I have, Mayor, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, public safety.
All right, I just got the police activity report for August 11th through the 24th. We had 374 calls of service. We had 31 case reports. Total subject arrested were 8. We had arrest charges was 14, and we had total of traffic stops was 135. We issued 53 citations. We had 72 written warnings, and total number of P tickets were 13. And for the code enforcement on abandoned and improper vehicles, we had a total of 5, and by tow we had 0. Again, that's it's the compliance that's working, and thanks, Chief. Great job. That's all I have.
All right, thank you. Anything for old business?
Skip planning and zoning.
Planning and zoning.
Planning and zoning, we going to hear from planning and zoning?
Next meeting, to be honest.
Next meeting to be announced.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. Old business. New business.
Yeah, I just want.
I do.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Deb.
Go ahead.
Both at once.
Ladies first.
No, go ahead, Dale.
All right, I'll go first. New business, September 12th. I think I notified a couple of the commissioners. Freaks, they're gonna have a fundraiser. I have no idea what this looks like. You guys might be more familiar with this. This was 2 years ago. But it's some sort of kiddie pool fundraiser at Freaks. It sounds fun. I might stay away from it though. But it's gonna be held on September 12th. I guess the city assisted a couple years ago, so I talked to Rob. He said he'll help hook up the lines, fill the pools up.
Frank always does a great job, and the man always finds a way to contribute back to the community. I haven't found out for sure what the fund is, but it's a money-raising event for a charity, and they put up kiddie pools and have some fun. And so you know, Frank has always done well on spreading his wealth, helping with charities, and it's just a fun event for people.
Is it rated PG?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
That's pretty important.
Depends on what time of day it is.
So yeah, I talked to Debbie, his girlfriend, and she said it was like something to do with maybe fire buddies or something with the
Yeah.
fire department. But it's a fundraiser, so I just wanted to inform the public, or for if you guys are bored on September 12th, if you'd like to go to a kiddie party pool, have fun with that. So, that would be new business. Okay, you got something, Liz?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Warren and reiterate what he said about when I came in here 3 years ago, I felt like I was blessed to have people before me that were responsible with financial decisions as far as the city goes. And it's the reason why this money can be spent now. I mean, 10 years ago, you couldn't do that. So I just want to thank everyone that previously and now, the last couple of years, going on with making some sound financial decisions.
And hopefully we get thanked years from now, decisions we make. But, yeah. Anything else?
No.
Liz, you said you have something for?
Yes, I do. For, Warren, I just want to clear up something. That $2.6 million in revenue is $1.9 million in the general fund, which comes from property taxes
Right?
and other taxes.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah, no, I know how to read numbers, I've been running companies my whole life. And I
Really?
can see the breakdown, so I understand what you're saying, thank you.
but you didn't mention that part.
I didn't think it was part of this question, but I understand it, thanks.
All right. Anything else for that business? Okay. All right, we got executive session. We don't have anything for executive session, do we? All right, motion no. Next meeting, so the next committee of the whole meeting is gonna be scheduled for Tuesday, September 8th at 6:30. The next regular scheduled meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, September 8th at 7 PM. I need a motion for adjournment.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Commissioner Michael?
Yes.
Commissioner Weeding?
Yes.
Commissioner Dixon?
Yes.
Commissioner Walsh?
Yes.
Mayor Lyons?
Yes.
We have adjourned.
All right, I don't know who